Autumn days in the rainforest are slow and calm. The rain is balanced with warm sun, and the fruit trees grow heavy with fruit. We harvest, cook, and create from our inspiration of the season.
I stopped at the light thinking, moving slow, just stared at the rain pouring down my window. My mind didn't drift, it rushed to your side. Still like a statue, as cars passed me by. Our love is a wild one, unruly force, frantic and recklessly veering off course. Like the rain on my head, the water on my feet, rising till close to my knees, the rhyme on my lips, words spilled like wine, almost a promise, just keep it this time. Oh, I guess I'm old enough to know I like to fall, the vertigo, the crash and burn it all.
I went to the second-hand shop last week and showed them the cardigan that I made from an old broken blanket that I bought there. They loved it and felt so inspired that they gave me a whole bag of denim jeans that they couldn't sell. Denim is a terrible, unsustainable industry where it takes thousands of litres of water to produce a single pair of jeans. It's so heartbreaking to see these denim jeans that aren't being used or appreciated and have been thrown away after just a few wears. So I'm going to transform them, reimagining them into something entirely new, and something that can be worn and appreciated forever. I believe that appreciation is the answer to so many of the fashion industry's problems. We need to appreciate each garment that we buy. Sewing is always a beautiful reminder of this for me. It takes days and days to sew a single garment, and after these long sessions of creating, I always look at each piece in my wardrobe differently, appreciating each stitch, seam, and thread, understanding how much work went into creating them. At the moment, most mornings we spend with the goats, taking them to a new paddock with lots of grass. It's definitely testing because most days they escape their paddock and need to be brought home from wherever they escaped to.
They're all tired and sleepy because I woke them up too early, but we want to move them up to the back paddock so that they can get some more feed, but they're all too grumpy.
Goats have so much character. Each one of them is completely different. Magnolia is a mummy's girl, always following closely behind, but her sister Moth pretends to be independent and is always the last to get out of bed. But secretly, she loves cuddles the most, and only pretends to be tough. Even when they are sleepy, they can't resist a morning skip down the hill.
Come on! Come on!
The higher we climb, further I fall.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Magnolia! So the goats have been escaping every single day. They go on this massive walk right around the valley. They escape into like 3 different paddocks before they end up here, and then they jump this fence and come into here. So this is the fence that we really desperately need to fix, as well as many others. And so we're going to put a temporary electric fence onto this wire, and then the goats are really smart and they can normally kind of smell it and realize that it's electric. Or Moth, the naughtiest goat, has this special trick where she pushes Maggie, her sister, into the fence to check if it's working. So if we just temporarily put some electricity on it, then it'll mean that the goats will stop trying to jump it, and then we can take the electric fence off again. So I have this, which I'm using as an earth for the fence, so it goes into the ground so that it has something to earth into. And then we have a solar electric fence that we can use here. Red for electricity. Green for earth. Magnolia! I'd like to warn them that it's working, but now they've disappeared. I would normally just touch it to see if it's working, but it's so wet at the moment and my shoes are completely wet, so I'm scared it would zap me a lot. So I'm gonna go on 1 foot and I'm gonna, oh, that hurt! Through a piece of grass. Okay, it's working.
I think that as consumers, it is our responsibility to understand what our purchase is funding. Understanding that by buying a pair of jeans, we are condoning and supporting the unethical labour and unsafe working conditions, cotton's toxic pesticides destroying environments and poisoning people, and the use of toxic dyes leaching into water systems. But also, this blame needs to be put straight on the corporations who are benefiting from these wrongs. I feel so disgusted as I see manufactured trends change each season. Low-waisted denim replaces high-waisted denim, which replaced low-waisted denim just earlier. Meanwhile, as individuals, we're encouraged to throw out whichever piece is now deemed unfashionable and replace it with a new garment. I think that the easiest way to protest against these companies profiting from the people and Earth's degradation is to stop consuming. Not perfectly or completely, or only buying from expensive brands, but what I mean is just to learn to appreciate what we already have, and to continue wearing things beyond their marketed trends.
These pieces took so long to cut. I'm really excited to finally be at the sewing stage. So I've just overlocked and sewed all the pieces together, and now I'm going to start putting the panels together, and I have to be really careful to line them up so that each seam meets in the same spot, which is always hard, and it always makes me cry a little bit because I always want to get it really, really perfect, and I never can because it's impossible. But I hope that at least a good percentage of these will be lined up. Okay, this is the moment that I see that if I sew these seams correctly and if they line up, so they have to line up in 4 different sections. That one's perfect! That one's perfect! Oh my gosh. That one's perfect! Oh, they're all perfect.
In autumn, the sheep are always hard to find. In this season of abundant fruit, they roam through the hills and valleys and munch on tropical fruit all day long. Last week, I moved them to a new paddock and they ran and skipped to the guava tree to find that all of the red guavas had fallen and it had stopped fruiting. They looked at me so disappointed, as if I am the one who controls the trees, the fruit, and the seasons.
Come on! Come on!
My head does love the sky, but I can tell you everything
Come on!
from the story of you.
Come on!
I remember the days that you couldn't leave behind, trace in our hands overnight while we drank and drank our wine.
Julia has painted for years and years, creating a collection of artworks about our connection to nature. We are so excited to finally offer them as beautiful prints. On museum quality paper, the depth of colours is unbelievable, and it just feels so incredible to be able to share these magical paintings all around the world. You can purchase them through the link in our description or on motherthemountain.com.
It's pecan season, but all of the cockatoos are eating them before we can, so we have to quickly collect them before they all get eaten.
And how the rain pours in July, we stay tangled.
Today is going to be, hopefully, the day that I finish this skirt. I'm so close. I just need to top stitch everything. The denim's kind of all puckering because it's a very thick fabric, so it doesn't sew together that well until you do sew into place, and then it's just beautiful. So as a way to kind of iron it down, I'm going to sew all of this gold top stitching over the top. And then after that, I just need to hem it and put some facing in, and then do up the side seam, and then I'm done. I got all of this thread from the op shop the other day, and it's so good. There's so much of it, and I think it was about a few dollars for each of them. And I got gold, so I'm really excited about that because normally when I use top stitching thread, it's very expensive and hard to get, and I always run out. So it's great getting things secondhand that aren't being used and making good use of them.
I remember the love I was so busy.
I just finished all of the top stitching. It was a very big job to get all of that done, but I am so close to finishing now and it's looking really good. That just kind of flattened out all the seams. So now all I have to do is the facing of the skirt, and it's gonna be pretty easy. I just need to sew. I cut it out from, I didn't actually make a pattern piece, I cheated and I used the other pattern pieces and just pinned them together for now. And now I just need to sew it to the top of the skirt and then it'll go on the inside. I am completely finished. I'm so happy. I just need to give it a wash so that it all kind of evens out. And then, yeah, I think I'm done. I love it. It's such a great use of waste. I can't believe that these were all pairs of jeans that couldn't be sold, and now it's a skirt that's going to be my favourite.
I am so happy with this finished skirt. It feels like a beautiful patchwork, connecting all of the stories of these many old pairs of jeans. I kept certain aspects that held memories, like a paint stroke taken from an old pair of Levi's that Julia used as her painting jeans for years before they started falling apart. But patched together in uniform squares, connected with a gold top stitching thread, all of these stories are joined, creating a new piece that can collect its own stories for years to come. This project has taught me that waste is not a problem but a solution. And looking all around, I see that nature tells us this every day. Fallen fruit is not wasted. It nurtures the soil and feeds the animals. Flowers drop seeds as they die. Autumn's soft days let the land rest before reawakening in spring. Nothing is ever wasted in nature, and we need to learn from this and see everything as a resource. Each small, broken thing as an exciting future full of potential. Thank you for watching, and you can buy our book or prints of Julia's art by following the links in our description. The music in this video is by Melissa Lingo, and you can find her links in our description too. Thank you so much to our patrons for all of your support.